Hey Sagittarius, we're going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys, Sag. All right, Sagittarius. Devil card. This was definitely reversed in the deck. It just came flying out upright. So maybe you guys are like releasing stuff, okay, that kind of thing. All right, so that'd be pretty cool. All right, let's see. Let's see what's going on. Or you're feeling unplugged, okay? I'm getting that as acoustic, okay? That happened to me one time. Don't remember when, but I was getting that idea. So, all right, let's see, Sag. Oh, okay. Bunch of cards just fell out, and the Seven of Cups is on top, so I feel like that's supposed to be the Six of Cups. Obviously I know it was the Seven of Cups, but I don't know, something. So all of your cards just came out reversed. Queen of Cups is upright at the bottom. So whatever is going on, you seem to be handling it real well here, okay? So, all right, you guys have the Ace of Wands. This is showing up in the reverse position here. This is showing up for your energy for the week. So I actually think that you guys are feeling more involved in something or feeling a level of, I want to say, excitement, okay? Maybe there's been something that you've been feeling like kind of out of it, but I'm understanding this Ace of Wands here. Again, I know it's in the reverse position, but I either understand this as either having like an internal, like an inner spark kind of like reignited, that kind of thing, okay? There might be something about that. You also might be quite excited about something, but maybe not really sharing that with other people, that kind of thing, okay? All right. You also might have like a motivation that is like something that you're like, you know what, I'm actually not going to tell everybody like why I'm doing this or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. It almost feels like you can figure it out, or like, I don't know, something. So let's see. But there's definitely excitement, all right? There's definitely excitement with whatever this is. I'm just trying to figure out if this is you guys like trying to like contain your excitement on the inside of something here, okay? That kind of thing. So in the area of your feelings, you guys have the Two of Swords. It is also reversed. I'm going to tell you every single card on the table here, they are all reversed right now, okay? Really interesting. Again, that the Devil card like jumped out for you guys, and that was reversed in the deck, and then it unreversed. It went upright. So, all right. So Two of Swords reverse showing up for the area of your feelings. I just think that there's something that you're like, I don't really want to address this right now. Or there's a particular thing that you are excited about that you're like, I'm keeping this quiet because I'm not going to let this get ruined. Sag, I kind of feel like this has happened once before. I feel like this might be like a pattern that maybe you're noticing, or something that you're like, I'm going to stop this pattern. I'm not going to like, kind of, say something to somebody or reveal something to somebody that maybe you're super excited about, whatever the heck it is, or you have a certain level of like motivation or want, desire to do something, to move somewhere, to whatever the heck it is here, that kind of thing. I feel like that's probably happened in your life. I mean, I feel like Saggies are kind of like always excited about something, So, maybe there's been an energy of like, you kind of say something, and maybe it's like the second you say something, you're like, or that you say you're going to do something, you're like, never mind, I'm not going to do that. Or it could be that there's somebody maybe who like kind of steps in to make you feel like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that, or like takes like the wind out of your sail, or something like that, or like blows out your match, or I don't know, something. So it could be that you're feeling just a level of like, I don't think that this person is ready to receive whatever this is, or feeling that there's just something that you're just like, I'd rather not, I don't want to face this particular thing right now. I don't want to reveal it right now. Something. Maybe you're just like, I need to put this thing on the back burner because maybe you got to focus on something else, that kind of thing. So in your environment, you have the reverse Three of Pentacles here. So there could be maybe like a breakdown, and I want to say group dynamics, okay? Something about that going on around you certainly could be. I also wonder if there's maybe something around you that you're seeing as like that plan is flawed, or like that thing, that's not going to work out that way, or that there's a better way to do something, whatever the heck it is. But I swear to God, you are not revealing it just right, or what just yet, okay? There's something about that. You're like not revealing it, you're not ready to, or there's something you're keeping kind of like private, something like that. But again, there is excitement to, I want to say, expose whatever this is, or to kind of like maybe start making moves towards whatever this is, that kind of thing. Kind of feels like you're like a problem solver, or there's something that you like get excited when like something's out of place, or again, you're feeling like, hey, that plan could be worked better, or we could work on this better, whatever the heck it is. You might even be you might be observing something here, and you might be like, you know what, the dynamics in that group are kind of what's going on there, or something, I don't know, something like that, okay? That could certainly be it. What I'm also understanding here, Sagittarius, is there could be something here where you're feeling like this person, or maybe you or a person, whatever it is, has never like actually seen something, or they've been avoiding something for so long, whatever it is, that you might be, hold on, let me rephrase that, because that didn't make any sense, and I do know what I want to say here, okay? There might be a thing here where it's like, maybe somebody's been working on something for so long that they're having a hard time, or you, however this is going, having a hard time seeing maybe where there could be improvements, or not seeing like where there's maybe having a hard time working together, or not cooperating, or something about that. And it could be because you're so close to the issue, or that you've been kind of working on something for so long that it's almost like you're missing the details, or missing like something that you would have kind of seen if you had like, a fresh set of eyes, or something like that. I know I've used this example before. Like, you go to find something, like, I don't know, you want to find something, right? And like, you look all over, you can't find it. You ask somebody else, like, hey, can you go look for this thing? They find it immediately. It's like right there. It could be something like that, all right? I don't know, something like that going on. Okay, so you have the Two of Cups reversed, and this is showing up for your challenge. So I kind of feel like there is a challenge in the sense of, I want to say like group work, or dynamics, or relationship, maybe a work relationship, or the way that something is being built up on, something about that. I wonder if the challenge is just like a disagreement, or again, there might be like, maybe there's like 3 different moving parts, or there's 3 people that are working together, and the challenge might be that 2 people maybe are like cliquey, or they are, I don't know, like really like good friends, or whatever it is, and maybe there's like another person who's feeling left out of that kind of stuff, okay? Certainly could be. I also wonder if there's a challenge, and again, maybe you might know that the thing that it is that you're motivated by, or that you want to do, or the direction you want to move in, whatever it is, it could be that the challenge is that like you're feeling like, well, somebody else isn't going to like that, or it's not going to be received well, something like that, all right? That is absolutely what I'm understanding. There's like a big emphasis on like working together, or like wanting to do a good job, something about that, okay? 0.1 might be an important number. I have no idea, okay? Certainly could be something about that, all right? I don't know why my in my head, it's moving the decimal point for me, so I don't know. There's something like that, okay? I don't know what that means, guys. I'm not going to pretend I do, but I don't know. That's what's happening. So, all right. I want to say scalloped in some sort, because that's what it's doing in my head. So, all right. So, okay. So you have the Page of Swords reversed, and this is showing up for your opportunity. So it feels like your opportunity is exactly in line with whatever it is you're feeling here, because this to me feels like avoiding something, maybe not speaking up on something, not having communication with somebody, that kind of thing. Maybe not even opening something. Maybe there's, opening an email. Maybe there was an email you're supposed to open and you didn't open it, or something like that. Okay, I'm absolutely understanding that. There's something. It feels like there's closed doors everywhere, that kind of stuff. But I swear to God, I feel like you have this like inner ambition, or inner motivation, or something that's like really like exciting you, or inspiring you. Again, it's like you're either keeping it quiet just because, or you're keeping it quiet because you're like, I don't want somebody else to maybe incorporate your idea into something, or you're not wanting somebody else to be like, oh, well, that's not going to work. That plan will never work, or that's not going to work out together, whatever the heck it is, something like that. So it could be that your opportunity is either to keep quiet on something, okay, and trying to be like, I want to say like not be obvious about something, all right, that kind of stuff. Can I also say something here, Sag? I'm also understanding the opportunity is to, if you're here overhearing things, this, that, the other, maybe that's like distracting in some sense, okay? That might be like distracting you from something here that maybe you're like, hold on, like I'm focusing on this thing, or I'm like intrigued. Not even intrigued, like there's like inspiration here. There's something going on. The energy is like moving, or something like that. And I wonder if there's like an opportunity here to like not be distracted by things that are like literally like distracting you, or distracting, I don't know, something. I said something like in the summer a few years ago about like if you're painting and then someone like puts like say it's like watercolor and somebody puts something in the paint and now like it's all like muddied up. Like I'm almost getting that. It's like you can't listen to every single little like side conversation or think that everything is a clue or everything is, you know what I'm trying to say? Probably not, but I don't know, something like that. It's almost like focused or being like, I'm focused on what it is that like I'm hot on the trail on this thing and I'm not going to listen to like outliers, or I'm not going to, outliers. That's what I'm saying, that like 0.1 business, like, because I understand that as like a parabola. I know we were saying scalloped, but it's like you turn that bad boy over, there you go, that's a parabola. So I have no idea what I'm talking about, Sagittarius. So all right, let's get some oracle cards out and see what's going on. So this is friggin' funny, dude. So for part of your challenge you have knowledge, and I just said I have no idea what I'm talking about. So maybe you guys are like, yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about either. Okay, so let's see if we can figure this out. You also have find your voice. Okay, express yourself, open up, and sing out with the reverse page of swords. Maybe this whole thing is like your opportunity is to not really give a flying crap what other people are thinking or saying or feeling about you, that kind of stuff. I know sometimes that sounds kind of wild, but you know what? Listen, it's the alternative is being like, in jail because of other people's judgments or how you think you're being friggin' perceived all the time. This, that, the other. It's almost like, screw it, whatever, that kind of stuff. I don't know. There's something. There's also a particular impulse that you might be like curbing for right now because there's maybe like other people around, or you're feeling like this isn't the time or place, something like that. So, all right. Let's see what's going on. Not really sure why I shuffled these, but that's what we did. So, all right, let's clarify and see what's up here, Sagittarius. I wonder if you and somebody else have a disagreement on like what a fact is, and that sounded kind of passive. I don't know what that sounded like, but I feel like it sounded mean. I didn't mean for it to. Okay, but I mean to say like I wonder if the challenge is like somebody is like, no, this is fact, and you might be like, well, no, that's not fact. Actually, this is, or something about that. This is also reminding me of a oracle card, like two truths can exist at once. That's not the exact phrasing, but there's something like that. That might be something that we're dealing with here. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Okay, like two things can be true at the same time, that kind of stuff. All right, let's see. I kind of love this find your voice. That's what I'm saying. There's something that it's like you have like this inner motivation or something here that I just, find your voice. It's like blocking out all of like all the other stuff going on, or the chaos, or all the voices telling you like, nope, you can't do that, or you're not good enough, or you don't have this, that, the other, that kind of stuff. It's like blocking that out so that you can like, kind of, so you can block it out. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. Listen to your voice, expressing yourself. So, all right, what's this? Ace of Cups reversed too. Freaking interesting. All right, so let's see. I do see something about possibly keeping some emotions or a lot of feelings to yourself, okay, that kind of stuff. And it's almost like maybe you might even be questioning what your whole motivation is. You know what I'm saying? You could be like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I doing this? But it feels more like in a motivating way, like in a remembering way, not like a, God, why am I doing this? You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. All right, so let's see what is going on. Okay, I was like, God, are all your cards going to be reversed? They're not, so that's good. All right. Okay, so with the Ace of Wands reversed, you guys have the Six of Swords reversed, and this is showing up in your energy. This feels like movement in the sense of you're like, no, it was my turn. I'm going first. And so, yeah, that's what it feels like. You're like, this almost feels like, when you're driving and you're like, I have the right of way. That's what this feels like. It feels like you're in the energy of being like, I know I have the right of way. Something about that, okay? Maybe there's something that got you friggin' pissed off too, that possibly you're having a hard time, moving away from in some sense. But I am getting something about that is like you're going the wrong way, or you're, oh my God, dude, this message keeps coming out, okay? This whole directionality thing, it keeps coming out. Like, what goes on? Really interesting. But okay, so yes, that's what I'm seeing for you guys too, is like this, again, this whole thing of being like, no, I had the right of way. Like I had the right of way, something about that. I don't know if you're like waiting for somebody else to go first or taking turns on something. I don't know. It's super interesting. So, all right. And I am understanding that again about being like, I have this thing that I want to do, but there's something that you're maybe not speaking up on, or I don't know, something here, because you might be feeling like, maybe you're feeling like somebody else should be going in front of you or something. I swear there's something here. You're feeling like you have to follow somebody's lead, that kind of stuff, but I don't think you have to, Sagittarius. I think there's something here that you could certainly follow your own lead, okay? That seems to be what's being suggested as part of your opportunity anyway. So, all right, with the Two of Swords reversed, you guys have the Five of Swords upright. This is showing up in the area of your feelings. So yeah, it does feel like there's something here that you're feeling like, maybe you might be feeling like maybe something was avoided for so long, or somebody was ignored, or you ignored a particular thing for so long that now it's like this feeling of like, oh, it feels tense, This feels like you could cut the tension with a knife. That's what that feels like, okay? This kind of thing here. All right, that's what I'm understanding, but it feels like you've kind of like had it, I almost want to say. God, your message is freaking morphing and turning and all this kind of stuff here, because now I'm understanding a story where it's like, maybe you were motivated, or were kind of like trying to go in maybe a particular direction with something, or something about that, and maybe that like didn't happen, or there was frustration, or whatever the heck it is there, okay, that kind of stuff. Maybe something that you wanted, somebody else was like, I don't want to meet you, I don't want that, I'm not interested in whatever you're doing there, or in you at all, or something like that. That's kind of harsh, but sometimes people are awesome, so that could be that could be something. But I do feel like it's like now there's built up tension, okay? There's built up tension. And I also am going to go right back to that like original story of you possibly being like, I don't want to have somebody like put out like take the wind out of my sail, that kind of stuff, okay? And you might be feeling like, yep, if I keep this private, if I just don't even like, I'm not even going to ask for like your opinion or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, you might be feeling like that's the way to go, because I don't feel like I don't want to have to explain this. I don't want to have to like, get into like an argument or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, okay? That's what I'm feeling. It's almost like you're like, I don't want someone to talk me out of this, or I don't want someone to, I don't know, give me a suggestion that I don't feel like listening to, or like whatever it is, something like that. So, all right, Sag. In your environment, you have the reverse Three of Pentacles, and you have it with the Eight of Cups here. So I feel like this is somebody walking out of a work situation, or somebody who's like, this isn't working for me. This plan doesn't work, or I don't like the job that's being done here. I don't like this. Something about that, okay? And therefore, they're kind of like detaching from it, or they're walking away from it, maybe feeling unfulfilled in some sense, okay? Certainly could be feeling unfulfilled, or feeling just like a level of like disappointment, detachment, something like that, okay? Maybe this is somebody. I wonder if you are in the energy of like honing in on what it is that you're like, this brings me like a sense of purpose, or this is like, something about that. And I wonder if I'm getting something about actual moving too. So there's so much coming out here. So I'm really going to try and focus. So, okay. What was I saying, Sag? So yes, it could be that maybe somebody's bowing out of a work situation, or that they're seeing something as like this. There's no cooperation here. This is freaking chaos. No one's following the rules. No one's following the plan. And maybe, there's an energy of kind of leaving, or someone might be feeling like, I've been doing this forever. I've still not gotten better. I'm shipping off, I'm going somewhere else. That could certainly be part of what's going on there. Okay. That kind of stuff. All right, so you have the Seven of Swords with this reverse Two of Cups here, and this is showing up for the challenge. Again, you have this with this knowledge card here, okay? So some of you guys, maybe you're dealing with a Virgo, or perhaps, Sag, you've gone through like dark night of the soul energy, or you've done some like serious soul searching on something. Maybe even like an element of like being isolated, Sometimes being kind of like by yourself, that can really spark some friggin' cool ideas, that kind of stuff, especially if you don't have like somebody who's like there to be like, that's not gonna work. That's going to stress you out. Don't do that. Blah, blah, blah. When you're like, wait, but that's life to me, is trying things out and, and maybe failing along the way. I got to tell you, there's nothing wrong with failure. Okay. It's the best way to learn, honestly. So, all right. Also, if you are constantly winning, then wait, what? Oh yeah. If you're constantly winning, what the heck am I trying to say? I'm just trying to say there has to be a balance here. That's all. They say you can't be Christmas morning every day, because then it's like, who cares? Then it's Christmas morning is never. If it's always and it's never, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. We're going to keep rolling here. So, okay. So yes, sorry. I'm so sorry, Sag. Oh God. Okay. So 2 of Cups reverse showing up for your challenge. So yes, it could be that there's maybe like a little bit of disharmony, or there could be maybe like people who are not getting along, or something about that, or there, I don't know, something is, you're seeing something as too similar to something, or something about that. But in either case, it feels like in the past energy, there's been either something that, I don't know, maybe needed to be dealt with right then and there, that kind of situation, or there could have been kind of like a lie thrown in, or something. I almost want to say discouragement, something about that, leaving something early, whatever the heck it is, showing up in the past, okay? And I wonder if this is like too much knowledge is too much knowledge, okay? That's an actual thing, all right? Like kind of sometimes knowing too much can be knowing too much, for whatever is going on here. All right. There is something about like possibly being like, the challenge might be in trusting your higher self, as opposed to trusting like outside forces, or trusting like other people who maybe mean well, but you might be like, yeah, but I have a lot of knowledge. I have a lot of like intel on this particular topic, or something about that, or you've gone through something, by yourself. You've had to kind of like do something, by yourself, that kind of stuff. I almost want to say like a test of strength, or, something like that. Okay, so I wonder if maybe with all that being said and done, it could be that you're still feeling like, that people aren't taking you seriously, or something about that. Okay, there's something. Okay. All right, so let's see. You guys have the Knight of Cups, and this is showing up as the action to take here. So yeah, absolutely, like expressing yourself, trusting your higher self, all that kind of stuff, I absolutely feel like would come into play with kind of like handling this challenge. And I also bet you there's like a really, there might be like a very like, almost like palatable way to like present specific like emotions or feelings, or even a topic that maybe like is going to make someone kind of be like, well, hold on, I thought I was going this way, and now I'm going back, something like that. There maybe it's just like a way to kind of present something that is, again, like more palatable, I want to say, that is like, something like that, okay? So you have the 10 of Swords right next to it, so that's what I'm saying. It's like it's going to bring in the kind of like, an ending, or maybe something that is like, okay, that's maybe it's overkill in some sense, but it still feels like doing something, that is like, expressing yourself, or expressing how you feel about a certain thing, or like what you maybe like, how you feel about a certain thing, person, whatever it is. It's like bringing in the energy of you being able to maybe conclude something, okay, like bowing out of something. Again, feels like in your energy there maybe is, somebody who's maybe disappointed by the work level of something, or disappointed in a particular plan that didn't, go as planned, or in like, again, the like dynamics of a particular group, okay, that kind of thing. So it could bring some sense of like finalization, that kind of stuff, okay, the ending of something, maybe even an ending of a time where maybe someone's not taking you seriously, or is, whatever the heck it is, okay, that kind of stuff. You have the 3 of Pentacles, and this is showing up as what to avoid. Kind of want to say maybe avoid overworking something, or avoid trying to maybe like bring back a plan that already kind of hasn't worked out, or something like that, or avoid working with a particular group of people, or whatever it is. Sometimes certain like energies like don't like mesh well, that kind of situation. That might be what it is to kind of like avoid anything that you're feeling like there's going to be disagreements, there's going to be fights, there's going to be, this thing is going to be separated this way, or there's, whatever the heck it is. It almost feels like over-explaining, feeling like you have to over-explain yourself, that kind of thing. That can be so exhausting. It really can. So, all right. Let's see. So you have the King of Swords, and you have it with the reverse Page of Swords here. This is showing up as your opportunity. So, okay, there's like, I got to tell you, Sagittarius, this 7 of Swords here could absolutely be like screaming imposter syndrome, because why is this showing up for your past energy, for the challenge, and then for your opportunity, you have like King of Swords, reverse Page of Swords with this Find Your Voice, okay, and with this knowledge card. So whatever's going on, you obviously know way more than you're like letting on, okay? Again, I don't think that this is a surprise to you. Maybe it's a surprise for somebody else in some sense, okay? Certainly could be, but I don't think that you're especially shocked by by this. That's awesome. You have the Tower right here. So, all right, Page of Swords reverse and the King of Swords, okay? So I feel like your opportunity here is to take all that knowledge, all that wisdom, everything that you clearly have, okay, from the past, from current moment, whatever it is, that kind of stuff, and use that to, again, not, I want to say like not duplicate yourself, but to stand out, to be different for a reason. Maybe captivating or getting attention because you do things differently, because you don't follow the plan, because you do things, or you see where a plan could be better, or you see where like things in the dynamic of something could be tweaked, that kind of thing, okay? That could certainly be part of whatever is going on here. I'm telling you, you have a certain level of like friggin' pristine expertise here, okay? That kind of stuff that really like you should definitely be capitalizing on, okay? King of Swords in the past energy, friggin' phenomenal. This could also be a professional person maybe coming in to help you. Maybe you are the professional person, whatever it is here, okay? But with this reverse Page of Swords, again, this is like, do not be scared to, this feels like, okay, you know all of it, now kind of apply it in a different way, or apply it in a way that it's not so like textbook cut and dry, or I don't know, something like that, okay? That's kind of what I'm understanding here. I also want to say translation, okay? Translating something might be, that might be something going on here, okay? Certainly could be. All right. I want to hold this card up again. This is a cool one. All right, so let's see. So you guys have the Tower, and this is showing up as the action to take. So that's what I'm saying. I do not think that this is a surprise to you. I think if anything, it's going to be a shock for somebody else. Maybe a shock in the sense of like, maybe why somebody kind of left something, or why somebody maybe is feeling kind of like disappointment or unfulfilled in some capacity, okay? That kind of stuff. I wonder if there's somebody around you who's like, I've done all I can do here. Like I've reached my plateau. The only other option is to move towards something that is going to be more fulfilling, you know, that kind of thing. That certainly could be. I feel like there's something where it's like, I'm going to where something is missing. Something's missing, so I'm going to go there to fill in for that, or to something. I don't know, to something, okay? So, all right, so with the Tower, you guys have the Page of Pentacles here. So this kind of like shock to the system, I want to say, or a surprise of some sort, maybe like a friggin' major revelation of some capacity here. Whatever it is, it's definitely bringing in some type of opportunity, or some type of messaging, communication, that kind of thing, okay? So I would be like, you know, checking messages, emails, phone calls, text messages, DMs, whatever the heck it is that, I don't know, there's got to, I mean, there's like a million different ways you could check messages, right? So something like that, okay? I do understand that. I feel like there's going to be some type of correspondence, or maybe an offer, an invitation, an extension of something, all right? You're the Five of Wands, and this is showing up as what to avoid here. It already feels like you're kind of anticipating maybe having to explain yourself, or feeling like, God, this is so not understood that I'm really going to have to like over explain, that kind of thing. That could be it. And it could be avoid like, avoid doing something where it's like, making something too hard to understand, or like moving things around too much, where it's like, okay, we had something like put in place, but then it was spun around, moved around, this, that, the other, and now you're like, okay, now we have this situation where this thing doesn't work out, and there's maybe disappointment, or someone's kind of trailing off over there, that kind of thing, okay? I'm feeling this like an avoidance of like maybe a power struggle, okay? Or an avoidance of going into something with like an absolute like no plan attitude, that kind of thing, all right? That's kind of what I'm feeling. It's interesting with this Tower card, like that definitely could bring in like, you know, some chaos, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. I feel like that's maybe to be avoided, and I do think that that's why this Knight of Cups with the Ten of Swords here is being presented as like the action to take here for your challenge, because it's like, hey, doing something like delivering information, or doing something really in like a super compassionate way, or expressing yourself in a particular way here. It's like that's making something like a surprise, or a shock, or a revelation that is like not going to turn into like chaos, or like a freaking fiasco. Like, I don't know, that kind of thing. Like controlled chaos is kind of what I want to say there. So, all right, that's what I have for you guys, Sagittarius. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements, and I'll see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.